TreVeyon Henderson. Do you see anything changing anytime soon, Greg, for him right now?
I don't. And, I haven't asked anybody about this. Vrabel was asked about it yesterday and gave his answer. But this is where I was Sunday night, when people were asking me about it. When a player doesn't play, there is a reason for that. And TreVeyon Henderson only played 9 snaps. I was pretty surprised that once the game was in hand, it was almost all Terrell Jennings out there, and not TreVeyon Henderson. He did get a couple of consecutive carries at one point. But this tells me that the coaches do not have a lot of confidence in him right now. I think the biggest thing is his pass protection, which continues to be an issue. If you're going to be a back like TreVeyon Henderson, which is more of a pass back offensive weapon, line him up at receiver, do some different things with him, sort of the Jahmyr Gibbs, not Jahmyr Gibbs right now, but Jahmyr Gibbs when he was a rookie, that sort of role. In this offense, you got to be able to pass protect. And it's been a consistent issue. It was an issue on Sunday, as we talked about with the late pressure that he gave up to Drake Maye. Good initial hit, which we've seen this a few times with him, where he gets it initially. To me, Nick, this is the difference between blocking in the NFL and blocking in college. Those initial hits, get you, highlights on YouTube films. But, most of those guys, if you're talking about linebackers in college, you probably know this better because you watch more college football than I do. Linebackers in the college game are glorified safeties. They're small, not very big, which matches up well with Henderson. In the NFL, you're taking on men and that are a lot bigger than TreVeyon Henderson. And, he hasn't quite solved that yet. His running is also an issue. Ran in the backs of some guys this week as well when he did get a chance. So, right now, it's just the game's it's still too fast for him. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm sure we're going to get a lot of talk. And I'm sure, I already know today on Felger and Maz, this is probably going to be a topic about how, their rookie class is low-key not good, which I will vehemently disagree with when I get on there. But just because he's not doing much 7 games into his rookie year does not mean he is not a good player as a second-round pick. And if you're going to compare him to a guy like Jahmyr Gibbs, who was like a top 10 pick or whatever he was, 11th overall, it's just ridiculous. And so, look, he's not in a good place right now. Like Mike Vrabel said, they're going to need TreVeyon Henderson. And I expect TreVeyon Henderson to hit at some point. With young players, you just never know. Look at Drake Maye. After week 1, a lot of us were scratching our heads like what's going on? Why is he playing like this? Why is he playing like he did last year and in the preseason? And then suddenly the next 5 games, he's in the MVP category, which none of us thought was possible. And like I said at the time, after week 1 with Drake Maye, I said, look, he's a little sped up right now, and he will be sped up until he's not sped up. And you can't predict when that's going to happen. But at some point in time, it will happen for TreVeyon. He's got to practice better. He's got to do more in practice to earn the coaches, to earn the playing time, which will help him get settled a little bit more quickly. But until then, I'm not going to rip the kid. These things happen. Whatever.